Soulful. It's me, Jennifer Jayde, and I just wanted to pop in here for a few minutes for a quick tutorial on how you can actually receive clear, decisive answers from your intuition within seconds. So I just want to wait for a few moments here and just say that I've been on quite a journey over the last couple of years, and I started really tuning in consciously to my intuition about 5 years ago, and really discovering and unearthing what that is and which voice seems to be leading me down the path of staying stuck, and which voice seems to be leading me down the path of living my most exhilarating life ever, and how to distinguish when fear is the right kind of fear to move through, or when is it your intuition saying, no, this isn't the right path for you. So everything that I've learned in the last 5 years has helped me shift my life 180%, 180 degrees. So instead of going down this path, I turned around and started going down the one I never thought I could have. So these are the things that I want to be teaching you in the Awakening program. But over the last year or two is when I've really been tuning things up and really turning things up and turning them on into asking for guidance, like specifically asking, should I do this or should I do that? Or what is the most joyful way for me to create this? Or and from anything from what should I wear today to what should my next group program be? Or how can I reach, this desire of mine? So these things have been huge. And what I found was when I would detach, when I would get lost, when I would feel off path, that's when I would, without realizing it, start spending so much money in trying to get these answers from other people. So I would spend tens of thousands of dollars on private coaching. I would spend, thousands on masterminds, on online programs, on conferences, traveling to different conferences across the country, across North America, workshops, classes, all of these things. And while these things are helpful and are beneficial for you to further yourself out of inspiration, it can get really expensive, and you can go into a lot of debt and spend a lot of your most valuable resource, which is your time, if you're not sure how to tune into yourself. So for as long as you don't know how to tune into yourself and tune into your inner guide and your intuition, you will continue to always feel like it's not quite right, or you're a little bit off path, or that's not the right answer, that's not quite my purpose, or why isn't this working, and then you'll search for another mentor, another coach, another program, another workshop, another. So yes, depending on the intention for which you're investing into these things, they can be wonderful. But if you're investing from a place of desperation rather than inspiration, you can find that this hobby, this lack of confidence, this lack of being able to tune into yourself can get very expensive. So that is why, now that I've seen this, I've experienced it, and I'm observing it happening to other women, that's why I've created the Awakening, so that you don't have to keep spending out of desperation. You don't have to keep going into further and further debt, or wasting another month, another year of your life feeling lost, confused. What is my path? I'm not sure. Why isn't this working? Am I doing this right? So I've created a small 6-week program. I priced it so that it was within reach of a lot of people. And I put everything that I could possibly put in there to help you tune in to your own inner guide, your highest self, so that when you go out into the world, you can tune into your best guide, your highest guide, which is inside. You can save yourself the thousands upon thousands of dollars that you're spending in desperation. You can stop hopping from this to this to this to this, looking for the answers that your soul already knows. So yes, these things are awesome, but not if you're doing them out of desperation, and not if it's costing you more than you're gaining. So hey Beth, hey Jennifer, so good to see you guys on here. Before I'll hop into how to tap into that decisive, clear answer right now. The last thing I'm going to say is that I'm keeping the group that can sign up for the Awakening very small, and it's filling up a bit faster than I anticipated. So I was anticipating to close the doors on Wednesday at noon, but the spaces might actually fill up before then. So if you want one of them, I would sign up today. I would sign up right now. Okay, so let's take a few minutes here so I can show you how you can actually start to do this right away, right after watching this video. So there are many ways to tune into our intuition, and if you've taken my free intuition quiz, you'll know actually what your specific intuitive language is, whether it's clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant. And if you did that, then you've also received an email from me with how you can further expand on your personal intuitive language. But another way that we can tune in to our intuition or inner guide is through the sensations of the body. So that's what this technique that I'm about to show you really uses, is that technique, is that feeling in the body. So what we're going to do is learn how you can get a clear yes or no from your inner guide within seconds. And your body is going to be the medium, the conduit to giving you your answers from your inner guide. So how we would start off, if you want to do this with me right now, we can do it right now. How does that sound? Hey Jen, so good to have you here. So if it's safe for you, hopefully you're not driving or doing anything where your health and safety will be put at risk. If it's safe for you now, I'd love for you to close your eyes, and I'll close my eyes with you. So we'll take a couple of deep breaths just to relax a little bit and become aware of our body. Become aware of where you're sitting, how it feels, the temperature in the room, any smells, aromas, the texture of whatever you're sitting on, how every muscle, bone, part of you feels. How does your neck feel? How does your chest feel? How does your abdomen feel? How does your back feel? How do your legs feel? How does your feet feel? How do your arms, how do your hands feel? And take a deep breath into the body. And when you're present in your body, I'd love for you to ask a question where you know that the answer is true. So for me, I could say, is my name Jennifer? I want you to take a moment and ask yourself a question that you know that the answer is true. And then be silent for a moment and feel how that feels in your body. For me, it feels like a very soft tingling sensation, just very soft. It's very gentle and it's very subtle, and it's right in the chest area. Just a little soft tingle, like a little soft thumbs up type of a thing. So now I want you to close your eyes again, and we're going to ask a question that you know the answer is false. So you could say, okay, so if you close your eyes, deep breath coming into the body, present with the body. And you could say, I live in Saudi Arabia. You could ask yourself a question that you know the answer is false. And I want you to take a moment and see how that feels for you in your body. So if anyone's doing this with me now, I'd love to hear in the comments what sensation you had in your body. So I see Sarah's here. Hi ladies, thanks so much for joining me. So if you've done this exercise before, or if you're doing it with me now, I'd love to hear what was your sensation when you asked yourself a truthful question? What was your sensation when you were asking yourself a false question? You knew the answer was false. Is anyone going to be brave enough to share? I'll share what it feels like for me, and it might be a little bit different for everyone. For me, if I ask myself a question where the answer is no, I feel nothing. So it just feels like, if someone asks you like, hey, do you want to go do such and such today? And you're just like, you're not excited to do that type of a thing at all. And it's just kind of like, what? No. That's kind of how it feels like. Oh, that's awesome. First in the heart, butterflies, and second, nothing. Oh, yay, that's exactly the same as me. And I think that is kind of the more common thing to feel, but again, it could be different for everyone. So it doesn't feel powerfully negative. It doesn't feel like you're getting beaten over the head that this answer is no, and you're not being told, any condescending lies or fears or anything like that. It's just this nothingness. It's just like a no. So hi Sheila, felt really happy for the first, the second was nothing. Perfect. So this is what you can use moving forward, and it can actually help you distinguish between which is an intuitive no and what is an ego fearful based no. So anything that you want to ask your body, make sure you turn it into a yes or no question. Because if we start asking our bodies for, well, what do you think I should do about this today? And if we haven't really tuned into our inner guide yet, we haven't really turned on our intuitive gifts yet, which I'm going to show you how to do in the awakening. But for very, very beginner stage, or for a very, very quick fix, make sure you reduce it down to a yes or no question, and then take a moment of silence to see how it feels in your body. And if it's a yes, you'll get a very subtle, soft thumbs up, a very subtle, soft little butterfly, or just like this nice little niggling sensation that feels good, very soft, very subtle. You have to be paying attention. And if it's a no, it's just a flat nothing. There's no excitement, there's no tingle, there's no nothing. That's when it's an intuitive yes or no. Hey Robin, so happy you're here. Thank you ladies for joining me and for telling me what your experience is. So if I want to take this one step further with you, this is how you can also decipher between the difference of when your intuition is guiding you with a yes or no, or when fear is trying to guide you with a yes or no. So if it's fear or ego speaking to you, it's going to be very loud and very obnoxious, and it's going to be condescending, mean, bullyish. It's going to use your fears against you. It's going to tell you you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or you're not smart enough or talented enough, or all of those things. And when it feels very negative, that is not your intuition, that is your ego. So I hope this really serves you. We're going to go a lot deeper with this in the awakening. I'm going to show you how you can actually have more of a back and forth conversation with your inner guide. So you're getting more than just your yes or no answers. You're actually getting clarity on what your next move is, or is it safe for you to leave your job, or what should you do about this particular situation in your life, and actually receiving dialogue back from your inner guide. And that is just one of the modules. There's 6 of them, and we're going to have live conversations together, you and I, inside the group. There's also going to be live interactive videos just like this, so we can make sure that no matter what time zone you're in, we're getting that interaction in together. So I hope you'll join me in the awakening. I mentioned at the very beginning of this video that I was planning to keep registration open until Wednesday at noon. That's this Wednesday, August 23rd at noon. But the spaces are actually filling up a lot faster than I anticipated, because I am keeping this group small and to a certain size. So if you're interested in the awakening, if you'd like to go deeper with this kind of work so that you don't have to be spreading yourself over all these different courses and programs and mentors and coaches and trying to find these answers all over the place, if it's starting to accrue debt in your life, if it's wasting lots of time, valuable time, and you keep going from one program to the next, to the next, to the next, searching for answers that you still don't seem to be getting, it's because they're in here. They're not out there. So I'm going to show you how you can continually get answers from in here for the rest of your life, not just the time that we're spending together. Yay! Aw, I hear you. You know what? It's good. It's always good to be learning more. But if you get into that space where it's desperation and it's just hopping from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and you feel lost and you feel like you're not clicking into that space, that you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is why I was born. This is what I'm meant to be doing. This is why I'm fired up. This is it for me. I want to get out of bed in the morning. I'm excited to create. I'm excited to live my life. That's how you're designed to feel. And if you're not feeling that yet, chances are you haven't yet learned how to fully connect with your inner guide. That's what I'm going to teach you. So join me in the awakening. Well, there's still a few spaces left, and I will see you inside. So much love for you. I'll see you soon.